Hi, everyone. Mr. Melhorn here. I wanted to get in touch with you, especially as we change from level 1 to level 2 of our distance learning and kind of reintroduce you back to school on a day-to-day basis. Now, first off, I do very much hope that you're well. I hope you're healthy. I hope that you're taking care of yourself, and I hope that mentally you're in a really, really good place right now. We had some nice time off. I hope that you're taking advantage of it. Um, I know I am. I know I'm very happy to have some time with family. I'm also very excited to get back at it and try to get back to this thing we call school. Now, things are going to look very different, obviously, in this setting. And so we got to get used to whatever this new stage is going to be. And for us, we are now going to change from optional activities to required activities. And so you're going to have to gear up. You're going to have to buckle down and get ready for this because things are going to start to become much more regimented as we go forward. Again, these are going to be required activities. And so it's no longer just an option. You no longer really just have the choice to say, I'm not going to do this. Now, I know we're going to rise to the occasion, but I did want to make sure that this is clear. Now, as I get into some things here, one of the first things I want to mention is that you need to make sure to reach out to your teachers if you have any kind of questions, if you need any additional clarity. If there's something, and I'll say, this is completely new to us. So please don't judge us too harshly for the things that we do. We're going to screw up as teachers. Our entire staff, we're going to all each make mistakes along the way here. We've never done this before. And so this is going to be something absolutely brand new. And I hope it's going to be very, very beneficial. Now, I will say one of my goals to everything here is I don't want to waste your time. I want to make it meaningful. I want to make it worthwhile. I want to make it interesting. And I hope you see it that way. So with every single assignment that I give you, I'm not just trying to take up your time. I'm trying to make sure that it's fundamentally a good assignment that's going to help you become a much more well-rounded person and teach you about this thing that I love. And so going back to that first big point, reach out to me, reach out to the teachers. If you need clarity, if you have questions, if something isn't clear enough, and my email address is on the screen there, thomas.melhorn@dallastown.net. One thing you need to know is this. If we don't get any emails, if we don't get any kind of responses, we are going to expect that everything is perfect and everything is fine and everything is going swimmingly. We really know it's not always going to be that way. So communicate when you need something. Now, the way we are going to work is everything is going to run through the Google Classroom page. So you need to make sure you are into our Google Classroom page. And I have in the middle of my screen right here, I have our codes for period 2, period 3, period 5. And so if you need to get in, the codes are right there for you. This document you see right here, you're going to receive this document in the Google Classroom page each and every week. And there's going to be different assignments I'm going to post. Expect them to be posted at 8:30 in the morning on Monday morning. And I will post everything for the entire week. This document is going to be the overall outline for what you do throughout the week. It starts out first with the dates and then the objectives for what we're going to do that week. And then Monday assignments. In this left column, you see the different assignments we have going on. So you're watching this screencast right now. The second thing is going to be a Google Slides. It's going to have an exit ticket at the end. On Tuesday, you have another Google Slides and a quizzes game to close out that lesson. And then on Wednesday, you have a document to read and then a Google Classroom post that you need to respond to. Now, on the right side, it tells you what you must submit. And so on Monday, you must submit the exit ticket. On Tuesday, you need to do the quizzes game. On Wednesday, you're supposed to do the discussion post. And so you have those 3 assignments that need to be essentially turned in. And I'm going to check those to see how you're doing and to make sure that we truly have an understanding of the materials that have been discussed that week. Now, below that on this document, you have the assessments again. So these are the things that I expect to be essentially turned in to me so I can check your learning. And then the last thing here, this one's the optional one. This stuff up here is required and expected of you. And at the bottom here, you have a go forward activity, which is if you want to go further with it, and I love this, and I've watched every single one of these lectures There's a Yale professor who recorded all of his lectures that he gave to his students over a semester. And I mean, you don't get much better than having a college professor who is skilled in the craft teaching about the stuff that we are talking about here and we're learning about here. So if you want to get it a step further and learn even more, put that YouTube video on and see what he has to say about, this is Dr. David Blight, see what he has to say about the Civil War. Now, coming back up, I wanted to make sure to hit this part right here. We are no longer going to do the mock slave narrative assignment. I know I mentioned that 3 weeks ago, and I think it's been 3 weeks. I'm not going to sweat it anymore. We are moving forward. We're getting a fresh start. We're saying goodbye to that whole thing. And our slavery unit, we're going to consider that done. So no sweat on stuff that we did before. We are starting absolutely fresh. So Monday, April 6th, it's basically in our minds the start of something absolutely brand new. And we are not going to worry about anything from back on like March 13th or before that. So don't worry about that. We're starting new. This is where we are starting and this is where we are going. This is what is required of you is do the stuff for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and we're good. And so that's all I need from you right here. And I wanted to make sure I say, like, all the stuff we had before and the stuff I mentioned before, see ya. It's gone. Don't sweat it. Don't worry about it. Now, one of the things I talk about Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday's assignments. Do you need to absolutely do them all on that day? No. If you want, I'm going to post all of them on Monday at 8:30 in the morning, and I'll do this each and every week. If you want to do them all on Monday morning, do them. Sweet. If you want to do them on Tuesday, sweet. If you want to do it where you do some of the stuff Monday, like Monday stuff on Monday, Tuesday's stuff on Tuesday, great. Whatever way you want to do it, just make sure they are done before Monday comes the next week. So you have a week to do the assignments, do them at your pace, just make sure they get done and make sure they get done to the best of your ability. Now, I do want to talk a little bit about this week, and I'll go through the objectives here that I have on my screen. So we are getting into the events that led to the Civil War. We're getting into the stuff where, like, our nation felt so terribly split against each other that they decided to break apart into two. The South decided to leave the Union. So here's what we're trying to get from the different lessons this week. First one, you should be able to explain what caused our nation to splinter and break out into civil war. What are those things that caused us to break and essentially hate each other, hate each side of the nation? Second one, identify the reasons why the first Southern states seceded from the United States. Why did they leave the country? Why did they feel justified in leaving the country? Last one, evaluate whether the South seceded in order to protect slavery. So was the Civil War about slavery? I want you to try to justify and to try to get an argument as to, do you feel like the Civil War is about slavery? Was it about states' rights? What's the real underlying reason why the South left the country? I want you to look at some of the quotes and some of the documents that have to do with why the South left and what their leaders thought about their nation, and then give me a discussion post about what you feel, why you feel the South left, and what they were fighting for. So that's our expectations. These are the assignments that are going to be coming up in order to give you those abilities and hit these objectives. But I want to go back and say this. Everything's going to be on the Google Classroom page. So every assignment is going to be located there. I'll have Monday assignments, Tuesday assignments, Wednesday assignments. You can do them in any order. Well, you can do them in any kind of pace. Do them at your pace. If you want to do them all at one time, do it. Now, lastly, I want to repeat. If you need something, email me. Please, please, please communicate. If you don't communicate, I will not know what you need. I can't read your face. I have no idea what's going on. And so you need to let me know. I will try to do whatever I can to meet that need. Now, we as teachers are going to be open to be emailed and communicate every day of the week. And so we are going to try to be as diligent as possible to get back to you. And again, I'll rehash and recap. Make sure you're patient with us. We are brand new at this. And so I'm going to try to do my best. I tried to develop lessons that I think are going to be worth your time and I think you're going to enjoy. And so I'm not trying to be any kind of bear here, but these are required. So make sure you do them. But at the same time, please don't judge all of your teachers too harshly. We are trying our best here in this new world. So let me know what you need when you need it. I'll be happy to try to accommodate any way I possibly can. But have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.